Do you know that Bella and Edward went to prom together 20 years ago? Like literally exactly their book Accurate Prom was 20 years ago. That is so crazy to me, but I'm actually going to start this video off by saying something uncharacteristically nice because this is actually my favorite scene of theirs and it's probably my favorite Edward scene and it always was. This was always my favorite scene in the book. In the movie, it's absolutely gorgeous. Flightless Bird is one of my favorite songs ever, even though I do have to add that lyrically Flightless Bird is most definitely a Jacob song, not an Edward song, but it's just such a gorgeous scene. Hair is 10 out of 10. They both look so good. But also, even I have to admit that that moment where Bella really thinks that Glitterbag is gonna bite her right there in the middle of the gazebo, and he says, "And you're ready right now?" And then he acts like he's gonna do it and kisses her neck. That scene is really good and it still gets me. To this day, I will admit it, this is my favorite book scene. What I really wanted to bring attention to is the lore behind this in the book, because the book prom was actually crazy and we were robbed of quite a few things. But first of all, did you know that Bella, poor delusional thing, really thought that that's what they were doing and she really didn't want to go to prom. She was so distraught about going to prom, and when she found out that that's what Alice and Edward were dragging her to, she actually started crying because she thought that they were dressing her up and taking her to some vampire turning ceremony, and she really did not want to go to this prom. Like, they don't respect her wishes at all. But anyway, another thing we were potentially robbed of, depending on your opinion, is this was Bella's prom dress in the book, and I have dragged this dress before, but looking at it now, I don't know why I love it now. This is the exact dress except in blue. It's from 2003 Fashion Week. Stephanie has had this on her website forever. Another thing we were robbed of was just seeing the Cullens at prom, because like, why didn't we? This is what Alice showed up in. Rosalie, we didn't have an exact reference image, but this is how her dress is described in the book, and we were so robbed of this. I'll always have some softness for her movie prom look, but I do have to add that she was not wearing leggings or Converse. She had one stiletto and then her boot. Something that we were majorly robbed of that is so important to me. As you know, if you don't know, Jacob and Bella actually dance at her prom in the book, and it is so sweet. It is so cute. And in Midnight Sun, we learn that the old man is actually already jealous of Jacob at this point because of how comfortable she is with him and how much she likes him. And even though she totally freaks out every time Edward asks her to dance and she really hates it and she doesn't want to do it, she's totally happy to dance with Jacob, which is such a parallel to the wedding dance, and I really can't. But one of the things that I personally was most looking forward to when we learned that the Midnight Sun animated series is actually happening was that we would maybe get like a book accurate prom. But all that said, it's absolutely no shade to the movie prom, because I know you can hear this beautiful picture and it will always be peak Twilight. This was Catherine Hardwicke excellent.